Later that afternoon, the sun burned brightly over the savannah. The animals rested quietly in the shade of tall acacia trees. Life had returned to normal, but Savannah wanted to make sure every corner of his kingdom remained safe. So he began another patrol across the plains. High in the trees, a group of playful monkeys were causing trouble again. They were throwing fruit and shouting loudly, disturbing the peace of the other animals. When Savannah arrived, the monkeys quickly became quiet. Even the most mischievous animals respected the king. Savannah continued walking until he reached the great river. Elephants were drinking water, and birds rested along the banks. The land felt calm and balanced again. But the wise elephant Tembo noticed the lion approaching. Tembo lifted his trunk and greeted the lion. "You have grown stronger, Savannah," the old elephant said. "Not because your roar returned, but because you learned what it truly means to lead." Savannah nodded respectfully. Suddenly, dark clouds gathered in the sky. A powerful storm began rolling across the plains. The wind howled through the tall grass, and thunder echoed in the distance. The animals hurried to find shelter. Zebras ran quickly toward the trees. Antelopes searched for safe ground. Birds flew low across the sky trying to escape the rain. The storm was stronger than anyone expected. Savannah quickly took action. He guided the animals toward a large rocky hill where they could stay dry and safe. Even in the chaos of the storm, the king remained calm. Lightning flashed across the sky like bright cracks of light. Thunder roared louder than any animal. But the animals felt safe because their king stood beside them. After a long while, the storm slowly faded. The clouds moved away. Sunlight returned to the savannah once again. The land sparkled with fresh rain. A bright rainbow stretched across the sky. The animals stepped out carefully from their shelter. The savannah looked more beautiful than ever. Nearby, young lion cubs watched their king with shining eyes. They had seen his bravery. They had heard his powerful roar. And they hoped that one day they would grow to be just as wise. Savannah gently spoke to the cubs. "A roar may make others hear you," he said. "But courage and kindness make others trust you." The cubs listened carefully to every word. Soon the sun disappeared below the horizon. The cool night air returned. Stars filled the sky like tiny lights. Another peaceful night had arrived in the savannah. Far away, Kikako the hyena watched from the shadows. He remembered the lion's thunderous roar. And he knew it was wiser to stay far from the king. Savannah rested peacefully on Pride Rock. The wind gently moved through his mane. The savannah slept quietly under his watch. Morning came once again. Golden light spread across the plains. The animals slowly woke up to begin another day. Savannah stood tall and proud. He lifted his head toward the sky. And once again, his powerful roar echoed across the land. Across the plains, animals stopped and listened. The roar carried through the grasslands, through the trees, and across the rivers. It was the sound of protection. The sound of leadership. As years passed, the animals began telling the story to their young. The story of the lion who once lost his roar, but found something even more powerful. Because in the end, the greatest strength of a king is not how loudly he roars, but how bravely he protects those who depend on him. And that is why the savannah will always remember.